Hey now, what's going on? My name's Jose Metal Ambassador Mangin. Welcome to another awesome episode of Zippo Encore Live, and I'm here in the back of our home in Costa Mesa, California. I've got my Mexican hat on because it was the Cinco de Mayo a couple days ago, and I've got an awesome friend of mine, and I'm not sure if he's in Florida or California right now, but we're going to find out. I've got our dear brother of mine for many, many years, Brent Smith, the singer from Shinedown. What's going on, Brent?
What's happening, homie?
Yeah, my brother from another mother. Look at you. When I just saw you like a minute ago, I just wanted to get a close-up look at you, man, because I follow you. I see all the great stuff you're doing before, during quarantine, and I know you're a healthy mother effer.
I'm trying to be, man. It's part of my daily life. You know, you got to get that blood moving to get all the oxygen to your brain, your heart, your lungs. It's important to stay active, especially right now.
So who would you say is the most active before the quarantine and during the quarantine member of Shinedown? Who's the one that, because I know all you guys, I feel like it has there's like a prerequisite that you have to be a full-on like P90X champion to be in Shinedown. Like there's no other way around it, right?
Yeah, there's a initiation every day. I would have to say all four of us are, to be honest with you. I mean, back in the day, like I think about the touring cycle of Sound of Madness in 08, 09, I was just really in bad shape. I was like 222 pounds. I'm only 5'8", so you can kind of do the math. And I did not have a healthy lifestyle, and I just needed to change, man. So like literally from 2011 to like 2012, that year for me was life-changing before we did the Amaryllis cycle. I lost 70 pounds. I learned how to exercise. I learned how to eat right, and it just changed my life for the better. And it's just a part of my everyday routine. I mean, Dwayne Johnson, who's The Rock, you know, he has a great saying about that, which is you have to find your anchor in life. And for him, that's, you know, the working out and being diligent and really making sure that not only you're physically fit, that physical fitness also helps your mental fitness. And it's just a part of life, man. I think that everybody, if they've been thinking about exercising or maybe starting a diet or an eating plan, this is a good time to start that, because your immune system, in order to make it strong, you got to be healthy.
Hey, Brett, can you, after we're done with this, can you talk to my teenage daughter? She's almost 17. We've been trying to tell her, like, you can't just lay down. Like, you have to move. Like, sun has to hit you. Like, if you're just laying down, oh, but I'm doing school, Dad. No. You got to get up. Sunlight has to come into the room. Like, go outside, walk. Like, she doesn't, and then we're trying to say that it does go with mental. The physical exercise, especially during this time right now when people are going crazy, we have to move. We just can't sit and watch Netflix and chill for freaking 2 months. That's not going to be good for us.
Yeah, I mean, me personally and the band and what we're trying to do right now is we keep each other accountable for everything. So like every couple of hours, you know, we're texting one another, yo, did you run? Yo, did you do your 30 minutes today?
Wow.
Hey man, yo, like, you know, how you doing? How you feeling? Like we'll get on FaceTime with each other or what have you. Like we're making sure that we keep in contact, because we are doing a lot right now together, but I don't mean to make it sound so elementary, but it kind of is. I know the first step with anyone that's looking at possibly beginning to work out or to start, you know, living a more of a healthier lifestyle. Look, if you begin a workout program on a Monday and it's the first time you've done anything like in a long, long time, you're not going to be able to do a Spartan race by Saturday. You know what I mean? It's all steps. I mean, clinical research has shown that 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise at any age for everybody now, they have proven that just 30 minutes of cardio every single day, it can prolong your life for up to a decade.
Well, that means we're going to be seeing Shinedown when you guys are in the 80s, you know, doing your P90s and your calisthenics. We're ready to go. Come on, guys. Right?
I will do it until I can't do it, man.
I know you. I do. Your favorite exercise, what do you do? I know here's what you probably do. Do you put the dish soap on the ground and add a little water and then do like the treadmill? Dude, when I first saw that video, I was like, dude, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know what? That's I had more people when those started to surface go, please do this. Please do this and put it online. And I almost did it one day, but then I was just like, this is just a recipe for disaster. Like literally. But what I'm the most what I find works for me is I'm always trying to change up the workouts no matter what. So I'll do a lot of circuit training. And if people don't know what circuit training is or Tabata, mainly what that is you're confusing the muscle group. So like it's not about taking 5 days of the 7 and just like running on a treadmill for an hour or just doing the same run every day. Like what you want to do is you want to do a total body workout. And the best way to do that is to circuit train, where you'll take, 5 exercises that work different parts of your body or your total body, and you'll set yourself up a clock, and you want to do these 5 exercises, a minute each with a 30-second rest in between, and you want to rotate that at least 5 rounds. And you're going to, not only will you be able to just burn a ton of calories in way less time, you don't have to work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours. You can get 35 minutes, 40 minutes in and burn just as many calories as you would if you were on an elliptical for 2.5 hours.
Hey, Brent, why can't you guys do something cool, a future Shinedown video where you guys wear like those exercise leg things, like the Richard Simmons, and you guys can do a whole dance. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see you guys with the tights. What are those called? Those furry things? They're like,
furry
I don't
things.
know. Not furry. I don't know. I could just.
What kind of exercise fashion are you looking down?
I'm thinking of like the work that aerobics people. Remember, like in the '80s, Richard Simmons and those guys. They would wear like
those were like leotards or like spandex.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking of furry shit. I think I'm weirded out here, dude.
I think you know what though? I think with that being said, I'm going to create, and I'm going to
leg warmers. Yeah, leg warmers. That's what that's my friend Aaliyah. Thank you, Aaliyah. I couldn't remember what they're called.
Like the flash dance moment.
Yeah, that's what. Maniac on the floor. Why can't you do shit? I can see you doing that stuff, bro. I see you doing already.
Because of this wonderful interview, us 2 friends catching up with each other, I am now going to do everything I can to spearhead the video for She's a Maniac with all 4 members of Shinedown in leggings. And you should probably be seeing that in the near future.
Dude, I just give me a shout out. Jose Mangin, my brother, told us about this. You know what? And the thing is, all of the members of Shinedown would be down to do that. All of them.
100%. I like the fact that people will probably look at this and be like, they're just being silly. Now this is probably going to happen.
Yeah. No. How about a fundraiser? What about a cool fundraiser? And the more you guys do this, the more people pledge. So if you never stop, people don't stop pledging, and you can just go on forever, Brent.
We'd have to look at that on the later points, because we're working with the fundraiser right now, so we wouldn't want to separate those.
I know. And I can also see management being like, what are you guys doing again? What is this stupid idea? What did Jose do to you, Brent?
We could probably like look at it towards like maybe the back half of the year, possibly.
There you go. There you go.
During the holiday season.
Maybe leg warmers, maybe when you need to have your legs warm.
Right. Shinedown leg warmers. Shinedown Jose leg warmers.
There you go. I don't need my name in it. I just want a cool shout out.
You're going to be in there. Your face will probably be on the front.
Perfect. On the packaging. And you know what? I know your management, they're personal friends. I love them very much, and they'll sign off on this instantly.
I have absolutely 100%.
I know. Hey, Brent, I wanted to bring up something because I mentioned it so much on Octane Sirius XM. And by the way, thank you for doing the excellent home invasion takeover a few weeks ago. That was awesome.
I had a blast, man. Thanks for letting me do it. I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Your band and you are family to us forever. And what I talk about you guys on the radio is what you've done with Atlas Falls. And it's the unreleased track that you guys put out recently. There was a great shirt that came with this song. The lyrics on the back of the shirt are inspired or from the song. And you were doing this combination to raise funds for directrelief.org. And you guys raised over, I think I saw something on social media, over $250,000 or something like that, Brent?
We're actually over 300,000 now.
Yes.
and it's still going, and it's actually gaining more momentum internationally too. The U.S.
Oh,
is still
dude, I
it's
just got
still.
goosebumps.
I'm
I got
glad, man.
goosebumps. I got
And
goosebumps, dude.
but I got to tell you something too, man. A lot of that was with the song and why the song was brought to the forefront. Um, it was a song that has been. I've always had a kinship with this song. The song was written during the when we were writing Amaryllis, that writing phase. It was written during that time, and we've often said this. Just because a song doesn't make it on one of our albums during that time frame, it doesn't mean it's a bad song. It just didn't make the record for certain reasons. But it doesn't mean that it's a bad song. And when all this started to happen, like 6-7 weeks ago, I, like a lot of people, I was confused and I didn't understand these terminology. I didn't know what a pandemic was. I didn't understand what social distancing was. I knew nothing about the coronavirus or COVID-19. And I just began to educate myself, and I just got online and just started to just read as much as I possibly could. I'm very fortunate that I have friends of mine that are in the medical community that were helping me through it as well, that I'm still being in contact with every day with this. And when I found Direct Relief, they're an organization that's been around since 1948, and their sole mission is they're not biased, they're not political. Their whole goal is to make sure that the men and the women in the medical community and in the scientific community, they have the resources they need during times of crisis to save as many people, to save as many lives as they possibly can. So whether it's poverty or a natural disaster or a pandemic, that's when Direct Relief really goes into action and why they're so important. And when we created the shirt with them, because we reached out to them, we actually formed a partnership together with an understanding of our mission statement with them as well, because they're a very important organization. But with the song was the whole reason we brought the song into the fold was to get people to Direct Relief, and also to put a song out there that was optimistic and showed from a humanitarian side why people are so important for each other right now. I've often said that human beings were at our best when we need each other, and we need each other right now. So yeah, if you go to shinedown.com, you can see the Atlas Falls link. When you go to that, and we understand too, it's a $50 shirt, and we know in these economic times that's a lot of money, but it costs $5 to make the shirt, and the rest of the proceeds, all 100%, goes directly to Direct Relief. And we've just crossed 300,000. But here's the other thing too: if you go to directrelief.org, if you don't have $50, that's totally fine. You can donate $5 or $10. But the song is a thank you when you buy the shirt. And the other side of that was we weren't going to give the song to DSPs right now. So only people like yourself with Sirius Radio and terrestrial radio, we said, if you want to play the song, we would love that, as long as you just let people know why the song exists. But the only way to hear the song is if you play it, or if you go to the link and you buy the shirt, you'll get the song. But it's for a really, really good cause and an organization that's very important right now.
I think what you guys are doing, Brent, is amazing. I actually think about it, and I've said it on the air. I wish more bands would do stuff. I mean, I know bands are doing certain things, but I haven't seen anything at the level that you guys are doing. Over $300,000 in getting the equipment into the hands of these frontline workers is just, it's God's gift, man. You guys, you're doing such a great thing. And do you have anything to say to first responders, those on the front lines working, essential workers throughout these few months? Do you have a message for them, Brent, that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I mean, not just, with the medical staff and with the scientific community, the men and women, but also during this entire pandemic that, quite frankly, the entire world. It's interesting. A doctor friend of mine told me, very, very smart guy, said, Brent, do you want some good news? And I said, I would love some good news. And he said, all pandemics have one thing in common, and that is they ended. But by them ending, it's going to take us, and we're going to have to unite in that area to really look outside of ourselves here. The message to the frontline workers, from the military to police officers to, the men and women that are, driving the ambulances, going, on the scene, first responders, to the grocery store clerks and the cashiers that are in there stocking shelves, making sure that we have essential things that we need, to the truck drivers that are delivering food right now, that are trying to figure out how to get in certain parts of the world right now, with the food banks, because the kids at the moment, they're not in school. A lot of people don't realize this in the United States, that some of these children in certain parts of the US, that meal when they're in school is very, very important to them. And right now that's being threatened at the moment. And we need to make sure that these kids are nourished, and we need to make sure that these kids are getting food. We're all trying to get over this hump, if you will. But there's so many things at the moment that what I would say to everybody is just know that us personally in Shinedown, we've got your back, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure the world knows how important all of us are. And you know, like with other artists and what have you, I know that some artists are like radio silent right now, and there's nothing wrong with that either, because they may just not know what they can do, and they may be scared. You know what I mean? 7 weeks ago, I was terrified because I'd never heard about it. I didn't know what any of this was. And so I think I lasted about, a Saturday afternoon, watching Netflix or what have you. And then this was just something personal where I was like, I just can't sit here and I can't do this. And I just started to educate myself. And that'd be the one thing that I would tell, everybody out there right now. There's always going to be one side, two sides, three sides to the story, but educate yourself. And also don't watch the news 24/7. You don't need to do that. Like, we have got to get to the other side of this, and we every day are getting closer to that. But outside of everything, we need to band together, not only as a society, but as a culture. And another side of this is to look at is the environment, because the last time I checked, man, Mother Nature was undefeated. And, there's reasons for a lot of this happening right now. I understand the moral side of things too with people. When you talk about death, and you talk about people that have lost their family members, or they know people that have contracted this and gotten better, but some people have not gotten better. And we understand that. But you have to be as respectful as you can for not only society, because once again, everybody on the planet is dealing with this right now. But this has to unite us. And I'm not just saying that to say, I mean that. Like, seriously, you've got to look at the big picture here, and how we all need to come together from all walks of life so that we can have a much brighter and stronger future together. This whole opposition and all of this has got to stop. Like, yep. It's, when somebody has an opinion or they need to express how they feel, they shouldn't be in fear because they disagree with someone that person's going to pull a gun out on them. You know what I mean? Like, we have to listen to one another. Let the other person talk. Find a compromise, find a solution. But
we have so much more in common than we even realize. And
100%.
And I say that as well on the radio all the time. And you go to a concert, a festival, and we're gathered in the masses, as Black Sabbath would say. And I mean, we're all there. We're all a family. We're a tribe. But then sometimes when we leave those festival grounds, then it's like people get on their sides again. And then people come over there and they're like, oh, I don't hang out with them. Oh, we don't do that and all that. But when we're at a show, and a Shinedown show, you've always been a unifier, Brent. Since I've seen Shinedown since the very beginning, you have always been a unifier on and off the stage. And I do think that this, I hope, brings people together, and I hope that it does that. And I see it happening, and that's what the cool thing about us is, that we have this love for each other. And I know that as rock fans and rock ambassadors, we want other people to feel that same way. I wanted to ask you about a couple things too. Brent, I know you guys were going to do a great tour, playing a lot of rarities and B-sides, and I would joke around and say, you guys have too many damn hits, so now you have to do a tour of just other stuff, because listen, we're going to tell you now, fans, that we're not going to go out there and play the stuff that you love, because we have 50,000 hits, so we're going to play the other ones. That's like, it's a cool thing to have, but it's also like, I'm glad that you made it so obvious to the fans. And I was looking forward to, hearing some of these deep tracks off of, The Crows and Butterfly and some of your other albums and stuff. So I know it sucks that stuff got postponed. But tell us, about this Rarities tour. And I know you guys were getting ready for it. Was it difficult pulling out some of these B-sides to learn them again?
The interesting thing is that the whole reason we decided to do the deep dive tour, and why we kind of basically coined it that, was it was from the fans, actually, because a lot of fans, that whether they've been there from the day one or whether they're just kind of finding out who the band is, we get a lot of requests for some of the more deep cuts or the album cuts that weren't necessarily singles. So we said, well, if we do a show like that where it's more of the deep cuts, would you really be into that? So it's a combination of some of the singles that we know we're going to need to play in those shows. But then it's like Her Name is Alice, the song Miracle, For My Sake, Breaking Inside, What a Shame, Off Threat to Survival, songs like, Dangerous, Thick as Thieves, all these different, songs that aren't necessarily songs that we play live. But would we do that? And so that's where it came from. And with the tour, I'm actually supposed to be, or we are supposed to be on tour right now doing that tour, yep, interspersed with headlining some festivals. But I will tell you this right now, we rescheduled the tour for August and September. Actually, the very first show is rescheduled for July 31st in Victoria in Canada. But as of right now, that's all a go. So we're not backing off of that rescheduled timeline. Obviously, our number one priority is the safety of the public, but we also want the public to know something from us to all of them out there. We are not afraid to play for you. We want to do everything safely, and we want to go by, the professionals in the medical community and what we're going to need to do. But you can't stay inside forever. Your immune system and everything about this virus, I want people to understand this, is that if you shelter in home for too long, it's going to deplete your immune system. Obviously, people that are older, if they have pre-existing conditions or they have a compromised immune system, yes, we need to be extremely diligent with them and make sure that they're safe. But for people that don't have compromised immune systems, not being around people right now and not being back at work, that's actually hindering your immune system. Okay, we have to get back out safely, but I want people to know that every one of us, our crew, everybody in Shinedown, our management, our label, we are doing everything in our power to make sure that when it is time for us to be able to do shows again, we want everybody to know when you come to a Shinedown show, you are coming to a safe environment. We would never put anyone's health at risk. But that being said, you've got to maintain a level of being healthy, is also working out, eating right, taking certain supplements to help boost your immune system. So don't be paralyzed by fear. Okay? You can't allow that to happen, because then this invisible virus, however you want to put it, then it begins to win. And we can't allow that.
Hey, Brent, I'm looking at you, I'm listening to you, and I love you. Why don't you run for like office or something? I can see you. No, wait. I can see you being somebody awesome, dude. Like, really, like, we need leaders like you. I mean, you're already a leader, and I know you're busy with Shinedown and all the other, and you're exercising and stuff. But I think, dude, I can just see you doing something bigger than Shinedown. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just saw you. I had a vision of you being like the governor of Florida, man, or something.
I'll never say never.
Oh, so you thought about it.
I'll never say never. I mean, we got to do one thing at a time here, but this has been
that's a total politician answer too, right there. What you just said, just putting it out there.
I think more than anything with me, like during this, the thing that has been a priority for me, and this person is always my number one priority. When all of this started to happen, the very first person I thought of is my son. And like, that's really where a lot of it comes from, is that I want him to have a future. And I want him, not unlike your family and your girls, you know what I mean? You want them to be safe. You want them to have a future, but you want them to be educated, man. And you want them to also understand that you have to study what's going on around you in order to know how to ask questions. And you don't ever need to be silenced by asking a question. If you don't understand something or something doesn't seem right, then you need to ask the question, hey, I don't agree with this, or why is this that way? And this experience already for me has just been something where I'm just trying to educate myself as much as I possibly can. Really, in all honesty, working with Direct Relief. And there's an amazing individual that's kind of our liaison there. His name is Samir, who, I mean, it's every other.
Samir, shout
Yeah,
out to Samir, man. Yeah.
big shout out to Direct Relief and to Samir, because he keeps me informed on what's going on daily with everything. But even Thomas Tighe, who is the leader of Direct Relief, the CEO and the president. This guy was the head of the Peace Corps for 20 years before he became CEO of Direct Relief. So I feel very fortunate that I've been able to find these individuals and ask them politely if I can ask them questions as we develop this partnership with them. And there's a lot of questions, man, and there are answers out there, but you have to be educated on what's going on.
I love it, man. It's so cool to be talking to you, Brent. So a couple more quarantine things that I know you got to run. I know you got some exercising and some educating to do. Wait, quickly, how old is your son, Brent?
He is 12 years old. He's going to be 13 in December. And yes, he is awesome, but he has an opinion.
Yeah.
He hit 12 years old, and all of a sudden it's like the conversations all changed. You know what I mean? It's pretty powerful, what this young man will ask me. It's wild, man. It seemed like it happened overnight. Like all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, you're like a little man now.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it that our girls are bigger and almost 17, and Ava's 14. So and they've been to a bunch of Shinedown shows over the years. But yeah, it's tough. So for your 12-year-old, you don't have to homeschool. He can do it himself, right?
Pretty much at this point.
Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah. I'm glad that I missed out. Like not missed out, but I don't have to do that because I'm on the radio 12 hours a day. Melissa is still working. It would be kind of crazy to teach our kids school right now.
I have to give all the credit though to his mother, Ashley, because she's on a different level of just her patience.
I love Ashley. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just her patience and how incredible of a mother she is. And we're obviously still very, very close. I mean, we have a son together, but like during all of this, she's kept a level head about everything. And she's got 2 boys. And, we're a very unique and wonderful blended family, but she really has just been remarkable during this too. She's an amazing mother. I got to give her all the credit when it comes to that.
I love that, Brent. And finally, how about, you mentioned it earlier, shows that you've been watching? I know you've been educating yourself and getting pretty busy with relief efforts and stuff, which we all love. But How about fun? What are you doing, for fun besides exercising and eating right and all that good stuff?
Right.
But what are you doing for fun? Are you board gaming? Are you doing stuff outside? Are you watching TV and movies? And if so, which ones?
What's funny is that I'm not a gamer at all, and I got addicted to this app, which is like a zombie killing game called Into the Dead Part 2. There's a 1 and a 2, and so a friend of mine was like, "This is just a cool little. It's silly. It's just to burn a little bit of time. Kind of like unplug for a minute." I got so addicted to this game that like I found myself from like midnight to like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, like playing it like in bed, and I'd like look over because I'd already done 18 hours of the day, other things, and then I just needed to like detach for a minute. But I got so good at it that I eventually beat it, and then once I kind of like deleted it from my phone, I was like, I don't ever need to ever download another game, because maybe it's just the fact that I'm competitive or whatever, but like I had to beat it, but it was a fun game.
So Into the Dead 2.
Into the Dead 2.
It sounds like a freaking horror movie, metal album title, I mean, a song title. It's perfect.
It's crazy too because it's also, I mean, it's so like out there with like, what your apps, what you're actually doing, but like hand-eye coordination and how you have to play the game, it gets pretty intense. As far as shows are concerned and things like that, I think, obviously everybody had told me about Tiger King
Oh yeah. Did you watch it?
So this is what I did. I watched the first episode and then I took a deep breath because there's 6 episodes, I believe.
Yep.
I watched the first episode, took a deep breath, and was like, I have a feeling I know where this is going. So the next night, instead of watching all the shows in the middle or the other episodes, I watched the last episode, and then I was like, yeah, I was right.
Oh, good. That's a good strategy right there, Brent.
And like, obviously, people were like, no, you got to go back and like watch the middle. I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Like, I got it. You know what I mean? It's very interesting, just everything that's out there. And with studios right now, and just like Netflix, for example, they had 176 studio budgeted television series and films in the works before this stopped. But that's insane too, and they just don't have any new material. So it's like you're trying to like go back and they're rehashing certain things and what have you. I try to only give myself a little bit of time though, like with series and what have you. But
yeah, good, smart, very smart.
But my favorite series just started Black Monday, which is on Showtime, and also the new seasons of Billions just started on Sunday. So I'm pretty addicted to that. Everything on Showtime, from Shameless to Ray Donovan to Billions, all that kind of stuff. I just like those series. So I'm stoked that Billions started back up, and I got to wait a little while for Shameless though.
That's so cool, man. I love it that you're watching that stuff, man. Brent Smith, dude, it's been so cool to hang out with you here. What am I?
What are you watching? Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh man, Okay, I'll tell you. We watched Narcos Mexico, which was awesome. That in the beginning of the quarantine, we finished that 2 seasons. Then we watched Tiger King, which was awesome, and then we are now on Ozark. Netflix.
Oh,
yeah. I heard a lot of good things about that, and actually doing some of these video interviews with artists. A lot of your friends, Lizzie Hale was talking about how much she loved Ozark, and I think Maria Brink as well was talking about it. And so we started watching that, and that's really good. And so that's what we're on right now is Ozark, and we watch a lot of Star Wars stuff because both of our daughters thankfully are into Star Wars. That wasn't always the case, but they're into it now, which is cool. And then I know the new Star Wars just went on Disney Plus this past Monday. May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal there. And yeah, so I think that's what we're watching. But right now, dude, I'm doing garage work. I'm Mexican, so I love to work my ass off. And
what's all the garage work you're doing?
Just putting shelving and closet shelves. I'm putting a closet organizer. I'm going to put barnyard doors to cover it, making a cool area so that Melissa can have to work, and just putting stuff away, consolidating, throwing stuff up in the attic, giving stuff away, all that. So I'm just trying to make a cool place in the garage for everybody. So that's what I've been doing.
Though, man. You gotta keep your brain moving, man.
Oh, dude, yeah. And then I've been trying to work out too, bro. I'm just trying to keep up with you, man.
I was gonna say, you look awesome, man.
Dude, I don't believe in any of that cardio, dude. I'm a straight, let's get the weights, bro. Come on, but I need to do more cardio, man. If I get up on stage and when I don't do like singing for a song, a Pantera song or something, by the end of the song, I'm done. I'm like, I don't even know how you do 2 hours worth, dude. I can barely get through 3.5 minutes. But
I do a lot of cardio.
I know, but I get the weights, bro. I'll lift up the cabinets for you, bro.
I love it.
Hey. Yeah, dude. But hey, much love to you guys. I follow all of you guys on the socials. I see all the great stuff you're doing with your families and with your health. And we all really do appreciate what you guys as a unit, Shinedown, has done for relief efforts for directrelief.org. Over $300,000 is
Thank you.
so impressive and so cool. And thank you for the goosebumps in the interview as well. I love helping people and being kind and loving, and I know that you've always been that. And when it came down to a guest to have during this quarantine, I was like, dude, Brent is such an uplifter, and I want people to be lifted up right now. So thank you for helping to lift up all of us, brother.
Hey, you know what though, my friend? Right back at you, because you bring the music to the people, and you yourself bring such an excitement and positive energy. We've known each other, like you said, for a very, very long time. Everybody in the band, we want you to know how much we love you and your family. Please stay safe and stay healthy. Remember to educate yourself just like we are. And the other thing I'll just let everybody know, listen, we're going to get through it.
Yep.
It's going to happen, and I know it's tough right now, but it's going to make us stronger. It's going to unify us all. But we got to talk to one another, and we got to be a part of the solution, not part of the problem. So just take care of each other. And I love you, my friend. Thanks for giving me the time today, and thank you for supporting the band. We adore you.
Dude, all the time, never stop, man. Thank you very much, Brent. We love you.
Love you
And
too.
of course, man. Yeah, Brent Smith from Shinedown hanging out here, Zippo Encore Live. Such a cool hang with Brent. And man, you can just see, man, he's so bright, so positive. Like, I was serious. Like, I would love to see him leading the place. I can see him and like Dave Grohl. I should have said that to him. Him and Dave Grohl being like the two people that, I would vote for. President and vice president. We'll let Brent be president, and then Dave Grohl can be vice president, right? Lauren. We've got Lauren's vote already, so thank you, Lauren, for watching, and thank you for watching wherever you are. I know we're being streamed everywhere on Shinedown's pages and Revolver and all over the place, man. Appreciate you watching this and being there, and yeah, Brent's really cool, man. I can't wait for the tour, the deep dive tour, when it happens again. He made the announcement here that it's going to be happening July, August of this year, and that's going to be starting off in Canada. So I can't wait to go see that. And it's true, man. They have so many damn hits. I think they have to have a deep dive tour, and I'm glad that we talked about that. So yeah, man, so cool. And the relief efforts that Shinedown have done, over $300,000 raised. That's incredible. Please follow Brent on Instagram, Twitter. I do. I love seeing the updates. I follow Shinedown as well. I get all the great updates, and Brent does such a great job on educating his fans with information. It's not just, hey, buy this shirt. It's not even anything about that. What Brent is putting out there on the socials is stuff to educate us. And like he says, we do need to know, not watch the news 24/7, but we do need to know what's happening. And it is a big deal. And I love it how Brent is helping lead the way, man. Nice, nice, nice. Very cool, man. We've had some really good guests here over these 5 weeks. And I'll tell you something. I'll break it to you right now. This was going to be the last one, and now we are going to be doing 3 more. So throughout the rest of the month, we'll be having some cool guests here on Zippo Encore Live and doing it from my home here in Southern California. So it's really cool to connect with a lot of badasses. We had Maria Brink, we had Lizzie and Joe from Hailstorm. Brent's just texted me right now. We had Mark Morton from Lamb of God. So it's been really cool. M Shadows last week from Avenged Sevenfold. That was so cool. And now Brent Smith from Shinedown. Talk about A-listers, right? So next week we're going to have another awesome guest as well. And again, let me see what Brent just said here. Hold on. Yeah, he's awesome. He's so cool. Yeah, so this is good. Good things have to come from this, right? There has to be good things. And I think that what this is, and what people are doing, connecting more. I love what my friend Matt from Trivium says. It's not so much social distancing. Physical distancing is the proper term, because we're being social right now. This is social, and So whatever. But I just love that we're able to connect like this. And we actually did actually tonight our sweepstakes that we've had on for the last couple of weeks to win a cool Zippo lighter. That ends tonight. There's a Zippo right there. If you want that in your collection, and if you want to use that, of course you do. Then register online. There is a cool link available. If you look up at Zippo Encore, and there's the link right there. If you can see it right there. There it is. Oh, it's all nice and pretty. And of course, there's links on the socials, and I put up stuff on mine as well at Jose Mangin. And we're going to be starting a new sweepstakes. And don't forget that we have our new Z2 Vision Zippo lighter featuring our new Z logo. Zippo changed their logo for the first time in a long time, and it's the first year that they did it. And there's the new Z, and it's part of the new collectible of the year collection. So you can get that now, Zippo.com. And I love working with this company. And man, we would have been in Florida this weekend with Welcome to Rockville. Last weekend, it would have been Epicenter in North Carolina. We would have been in Columbus next weekend. So I love working with the Zippo team and doing the Zippo sessions backstage at those festivals and doing all the cool interviews in the Jeep, driving around backstage. So this is like, well, if we can't do that, let's do this. And this is working out really cool too. So, and plus I don't have to drive or pay attention or sweat my ass off in the Jeep, you know, with the windows up, because we roll them down, you just hear a bunch of music, you know. So I've been in the truck, in the Jeep, and artists are like, hey, can we roll the window down? I'm like, no, it's going to be too loud. We need the mics, you know. So it's a lot of fun, but it is comfortable doing these. But I love my friends at Zippo, man. So, and I love Brent Smith, man, from Shinedown. I do want to show off my Zippo collection, and I'm actually waiting because I'm going to get this Zippo. I might have got it already. Wait, hold on. Just wait for a second. Wait, hold on. Wait. Ah. Where is it? I thought it might have come. It might be in the garage, but I'm not sure. I don't want to just leave and then, you know, come. I don't know. No, I don't want to, because then I'll lose the signal or something. But I think it might be in the garage. But I'll get mine, and then I'll show off my cool Zippo collection that I've been collecting since way before. I've been working with Zippo for over 3 years now. So yeah, I appreciate all of my friends over there and you for watching. I'm actually going back on Octane, Sirius XM right now, and then I'll be back next Thursday. We do this live 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific every Thursday, and there's replays available on the Zippo Encore Facebook, on my Facebook as well. And don't forget, please follow me. My weapons of choice on social media are Instagram, Cameo, and Twitter, and it's at Jose Mangin. So you can hit me up there. I'm very personable, and I throw up everything, and I don't really hide anything because I got nothing to hide, man. So I'm going to get back on the radio here, do my show from the home front. And again, thank you for watching Zippo Encore Live, and thanks to our man, Brent Smith from Shinedown. We'll see you next week, all right? Peace in a celebrated cloud of music.